Off the top at 6 tonight, we continue working major breaking news. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk shot and killed at an event in Utah.
And right now, the shooter is not in police custody. And let's get right out now to Janice Fernandez following this from our newsroom. Janice.
Calvin, Nicole, according to law enforcement, no weapons have been recovered as this manhunt is on for the shooter. Immediately before the shooting, Charlie Kirk was taking questions from an audience member about mass shootings and gun violence.
Not fair to say? All right, great. So, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Okay. It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Get down.
You obviously hear the screams from the crowd, and just after the gunfire, the crowd started running in all directions, trying to find safety. Kirk was shot in the neck and, according to witnesses, was bleeding heavily. The shooter is said to have opened fire about 200 yards away from where he was speaking. A witness explaining what they saw.
As soon as he was hit, he fell backwards, went to the side. The audience went to their knees. I stayed up a little bit because I wanted to see if anyone saw the shooting, if they would jump all over the guy. I saw nothing like that.
Now, according to witnesses, there was not a lot of police at this event. Former Utah Congressman Jason Chavez was at this event and said Kirk had some security, but not enough. Kirk is just the latest victim in a string of political violence that's been spanning across the country. He was 31 years old and leaves behind 2 children. Again, the shooter has not been caught. Those still on campus are asked to stay in place until police officers can safely escort them off campus.
Okay, and reaction is now coming in from lawmakers.
Our team coverage turns to Local 10's Ross Ketchke live from our nation's capital. Ross?
Well, guys, good evening. You take a look behind us, the north lawn of the White House, the American flag lowered to half staff. President Trump ordering all American flags lowered to honor Charlie Kirk. The 31-year-old was a hugely influential young conservative voice, especially in the last few years. He had a close and personal connection with many top Republicans here in Washington, including President Donald Trump himself. Let's take a look at what exactly the president posted on social media just about an hour ago, confirming that Kirk had died. Reading in part, quote, "He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you." We are now also hearing reaction from top Florida Republicans. Kirk had a close relationship with both Senator Rick Scott and Governor Ron DeSantis. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
Charlie's actually a very good friend of mine. It scares you to death for he and his family. Unfortunately, there's crazy people in the world. We don't know exactly anything about this shooter and why he did it or what the facts are. But I guess we'll get the facts and find out what happened here.
The way to resolve political disputes is not through violence, and we see increasing levels of political violence in this country. Charlie would go to college campuses and he would articulate views that were very much outside of what most of the professors were offering or what the campus culture was offering. And the way to do that is to ask questions, debate. That's what the Republic is based on.
And we do want to clarify, both Senator Scott and Governor DeSantis, they are speaking before news broke that Charlie Kirk had died at the hospital after that shooting. We are also hearing from top Democrats tonight condemning this shooting. House Minority Leader Congressman Hakeem Jeffries writing, "Political violence is never acceptable. My thoughts and prayers are with Charlie Kirk and his family." And again, important detail here, the suspected shooter in Utah is not in custody. We have learned that Utah's governor has been in touch with President Donald Trump and is vowing to bring that suspected shooter to justice. We are also learning the FBI now planning to send agents onto that college campus to assist in the investigation.
It's going to be a long investigation, and you've been reporting for months now about the rise in political violence. Can you tell us about how this trend is and how it's playing out in shootings like this around the country?
Well, Calvin, that rise in political violence not just happening with high-profile individuals like Charlie Kirk or even only in places like Washington, D.C. We've seen it play out at state houses and city halls across the country. Perhaps most famously, last year, President Donald Trump himself was twice targeted by gunmen while on the campaign trail. Also, earlier this year, back in the springtime, we had those two state lawmakers in Minnesota shot and killed in their home. Certainly a disturbing trend that American politics we're seeing. And today we are seeing top leaders in both political parties calling on the American public to reject this kind of political violence. Live in Washington, Ross Ketchke, Local 10 News.
All right, Ross, and we continue to follow this breaking story. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk shot and killed at an event in Utah. All the latest coming up on World News with Louis Aguirre at 6:30.